Rahman Rahim. This is paper October 2022, variant 13. Okay. So let's see. First question. Solve this equation and in the first two quadrants because 0 to 180, that's it. So let's see how we can do it. Because we can't solve two things together, two trigonometric functions. Cos and sine we can't say solve together. Either we have to convert cos into sine or sine into cos. But we have a formula. Look at here. The formula is sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equals to 1. This formula is true for only power 2. Some students think by mistake that it's true for power 1 also. No, total wrong. Is applicable only power 2. So power 2 means this I can't convert, then I can convert only sine square. So this cos square goes on the other side, so sine square value becomes 1 minus cos square theta. This value I'm going to replace here, but make sure 8 outside. Plus 6 cos theta plus 1 equals to 0. Arrange 8 ones are 8 and 8 cos square theta plus 6 cos theta plus 1 equals to 0. Reorder. Reorder means, first of all, I'm writing minus 8 cos square theta. Then I'm writing 6 cos theta. And at the end, 1 plus 8 give you 9. Okay. So I got it. This is very clear. Now we have two ways we have. Okay, first of all, this negative sign, you can keep it or multiply whole equation with a minus 1. I think this is okay. What happens, 8 become positive. This is not a compulsory step. But if you do it, question becomes easy. All sign changes. Now I can assume or do directly, but I assuming is okay. Let cos theta is equals to P. So if this cos theta is equals to P, then this become P square because power 2 there. So 8P square minus 6P minus 9 equals to 0. Now 9s are 72 and so 12 and 8, 9 and 72. And I think so clear 12, 6 are 72. Okay. You can apply quadratic formula even. 4P common, I got 2P minus 3. And here 3 common, I got 2P minus 3. You can see that this bracket must match. So it means if I take common out to this one, so this and this left behind. So I got 4P plus 3 equals to 0. Now either this equal to 0 or this equal to 0, 1 by 1. So when I say 2P minus 3 equals to 0 and 4P plus 3 equals to 0, so 3 goes there, positive, and 2 divides, I get 3 by 2. Here P become minus 3 by 4. So I think this part is very, very clear. And yes, exactly. Now what to do, students? I will make two partitions. One, I'll make a cos. 1 minute, please. One, I make cross here, and one cross, I make it here. So after this, or I can do one thing. I can drag this whole slightly down because I want to write it here, because this value I will plug in here. So cos theta equals to 3 by 2 and cos theta equal to minus 3 by 4. Now cos is a positive, you can see here, and cos negative, you can see here. Positive, cast property, CAST cast. C for cos, A for all. So sine, S for sine, and T for tan. And about cos is in this quadrant, cos is a positive. So it means cos positive here, cos positive here. But in this quadrant, sine and tan positive, but cos negative. So here negative. I think you got the idea. Here positive, so I make a first and fourth quadrant. I believe this is nothing hard. But here negative, so negative in a second and this quadrant. So I hope so clear. So when I take a cos inverse, so alpha is called principal angle, cos inverse of 3/2. So when I type a cos inverse 3/2, I get answer math error, because you know it very well, no solutions come from. Okay, and this is I done fully for you, but now short story I tell you, whenever, because the highest value of cos and sine is what I tell you, highest value +1, lowest value -1, in the middle is okay, but below this number and above this number is not possible. So I think you got my point. I explain again, 1 and -1 in the middle it is possible, but here and here, like even -2, even +2 onwards, here does not exist. So that is why this is a 1.5. 1.5 is here. So when these values come above than 1 or below -1, no solution will come from here. But I showed a working you can understand from even here. I hope so you got idea. What about this concept? I will find principal angle, cos inverse, but don't take negative sign. Make sure, please. Don't take negative sign. Otherwise, we'll give you a direct answer. But I take it a principal angle and then 3/4 of cos inverse, giving me what? Alpha is equal to 41.4. So this angle you will make line and x-axis. Repeat my words, line and x-axis. But this is out of range and this is in range, because we know that. So my answer, what I'm looking for is from here till here, and from here till here is out of range. So my answer is 180, because full is 180, and this I don't want. This angle I don't want. So I'm writing direct answer. So or I can writing here, not x, theta. So theta is equals to 180 minus 41.4. And the final answer, I'm writing it here. And that is, if you type in calculator, 180 minus 41.4, it is giving us 138.6. And I hope so clear. Reason is very clear, that we have to stay in the first two quadrants only, and that's not possible. So I hope so the question is completely over. Question number 2, we have, there's a function given by him, but he given, this is called domain. Domain stand for x values. Like we are bound, the x value starts from this 0. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3, 4, 5, but not 3 included even. Right side, sorry, there's a less than. So it means this value is x is less than like this one. So it means it will go this way. So less than 3 is the mean domain. We have less than 3. Oh, sorry, the -3. So I will again erase and I write the -3. So it means less than -3. So this is -3, this -2, this -1, here 0, here -4, here -5. I hope so the point is very clear. And he's saying convert this into this form. I have two ways. One is by comparison method. How comparison method? Put this equals to each other and compare coefficients. Second method I can do even direct. What is the way? Whenever doing computing square, -2 I need out of bracket. So let's start. When I do negative common, no need bring it out from all three values. First two values enough. When I take the -2 common from here, students, here I get x squared, I get a +4x, and -13 I will write outside. And what is the logic behind? Always we need x squared coefficient, always +1. Don't forget it, please. After that, these two terms copy without any change, and this -13 copy no change. What is half of x coefficient? Like a number written beside of x, copy here and make it half, always half. I got 2. Then take a square of this number, and this number I will add, and this same number I will subtract. Now, you know what, student, what to do? These three terms combine. How combine? I just show you. Under bracket power 2, this x comes from here, plus come from here, and this bracket value 2 comes here. So it means x plus 2 comes here. And this minus 2 square give you minus 4 in the bracket. And now minus 2 multiply here and minus 2 multiply with this number. So I get negative 2x plus 2 whole square plus 8 minus 13. And finally, I get what? Negative 2x plus 2 whole square minus 5. And this is my final answer. And I believe you got a point very, very clear. If he asks you integers, although he's not asking us, so A value is 2 and B value is minus 5. I hope so the point is very clear. Now he's asking for range. And let me tell you one thing, we have two kinds of functions. If x square positive, we have this kind of curve. And if x square negative, we have this kind of curve. And I believe this is nothing hard idea. You have idea already. So because outside is negative sign, it means out of negative sign, it means this is negative 2x squared. So it means I have this kind of curve. So I will use this one. And this is called stationary point. It is very important to find. Although I can work out without it even, but I think so. It is good to use this one. So let's start. And I will not choose the other one. Okay. First of all, I will write turning points coordinates under power 2 under bracket, whatever, put equal to 0. When I put equal to 0, student, I get x is equals to minus 2. So it means x value for this is negative 2. Let me write once again, top slightly up. And when I plug in this value minus 2 here, minus 2 plus 2, 0, 0 into 2, 0, and minus 5 left. So y value is minus 5. So y value is coming minus 5. If he asks you the stationary points, so I can say negative 2, negative 5. But anyway, this is nothing hard. But I think this is not compulsory to do it. But I draw a number line here. This is x is negative 2. But you know what he said on the top domain is starting from negative 3 and come backwards. So it means I am bound to start negative 3 is here, negative 4 is here, negative 5 is here. So graph is starting from this point and going backwards. Very clear. So if we come down, note down this number, and the curve goes this way down. I hope so got the idea. I repeat, the curve goes this way down. Reason, my x value go this way, so y value will go this way. Okay, so it is along the curve. I hope so the point is very clear, but problem, I need to know this number against minus 3. So I will replace here minus 3 because against negative 2, I know that is a minus 5. I plug in minus 2 here, I get minus 5. But I want to see that at x is equal to minus 3, what answer turns to. So let's see how we can find. I plug in minus 3 here. And you know minus 3, it is plus 2 give you minus 1. And minus 1 square give you plus 1. And plus 1 into minus 2 minus 2. And I get minus 7. So it means when I plug in, okay, I can show even. You can type in calculator, students, this whole working. Okay. And you get here negative 7. So this answer is turned to be negative 7. So 100% is clear that this is a y value here is minus 7. So it means curve is coming downwards. Okay, let me erase this first. It's short story. It means at this value, here we have y value is minus 7. And the curve is going downwards. So I can say the range is what here? So range I'm writing down here. Y is less than and negative 7. I hope so clear. Because range stands for y value, domain stands for x value. I hope so you got the idea, but I think so. If I make it more accurate, maybe you get better picture. Negative 2, negative 5. So have a look here, students. Negative 2, negative 5. Negative 1, negative 2, make it a little smaller. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative, enough. So this is a negative 5. Okay, this is a negative 10. This is a negative 15. So just sake of understanding, I just show you that against negative 2, negative 5 coordinates we have it. So this turning point is for sure. But graph is not starting from here for your knowledge. When I plug in -3 and I got -7, so it means -7 is somewhere here. So it means this coming from here and negative some. So this point as I have it. So this graph starting from here. If you plug in -4, inshallah, you believe it, -4 plug in here, I got a -4 plus 2 give you -2, -2 square 4, 4 twos are 8, -8 -13. It means -13 somewhere here, -4 here. You can see that the curve is going slowly down. So this is curve going and going and going and this way. So I can say that y value start from -7 and goes downwards. So that is reason I can say the range is less than -7, and domain is less than 3. I hope so. The point is very clear. So x value is going left side and y value is going downwards. You can see that you can see this graph is going downwards. So that is why I hope so. The point is very clear. So now I'm going to find inverse function. So I will take it here. So you know f of x. Let's take f of x equal to -2 x plus 2 whole square minus 5. Make sure you can't use this expression because reason there are two different different powers. So we can't use that function. Okay. I have to use only completing square. Reason only one x involved here. Okay. Now rule number 1, remove function name, write y. Rule number 2, try to make x subject. How to make x subject? First this 5 will go there, then 2 will go down. So y plus 5 and 2 will divide. I get this kind of thing. Now switch the sides. I get left hand side. If we switch them, so no sign will change because I'm shifting totally. Now root of both sides. When I do root of both sides, this power will eliminate. And here I get a plus and minus root of 5 plus 5 over -2. After this, I can say here, this negative plus 2 goes there. I can say I get what? -2 plus and minus y plus 5 over -2. Now, students, very important thing is going to come now, and that I will make it here very clearly so you can understand this idea. Interchanging x become y and y become x. These are very important steps. You know it very well what I'm saying. Now, finally, I'm writing it here. But important things here, find f inverse, I can write it, but one thing important left only, and which I'm going to write it here. Get ready. This is not our final answer. We have to deal one thing. Either write here plus sign or either write here negative sign. You know why? Because whenever inverse exists there, you're finding inverse, it is only possible inverse must be one-to-one function. If curve turns, there's no one-to-one function because there's horizontal line cut the curve 2 spots. To make it possible, we need a left side curve or right side curve. But in this particular question, I have a left side curve. You can see, look, left side curve. Okay. Now you can see that what is situation. This is a function diagram. If I make it same diagram into inverse function, so what happens, students? Let's see. Let's see. Here I have a -3. Here I have a -7, and the curve is going. Sorry, not -3. Curve is not turning point. Yeah, it is moving turning point somewhere in the other. So the curve is going this way. Okay, you know this was domain, and this was a range first. You know it very well. Okay, whenever you interchange, what happens, students? In finding inverse, x become y and y becomes x. I hope so you got the idea. So now before I wrote here x less than 3y, but I'm writing here y is less than -3 now. And range is y is less than -7, but I will write x is less than -7 because my y is going left side is decreasing. So I must write here minus sign. If the curve goes right side is increasing, so I must write here plus sign. So make sure we'll keep our eye on the y-axis because the y value range is called y. So it means we'll see that if it go left side, I will write minus sign. If go right side, I'll write here plus. That's it, and that's the whole story. So I will erase these signs, and I write here what I write here what? Negative sign. And this is my final answer. I hope so you got a point. It means sometime if he given is less than, so it is it not always, but it depends upon the question diagram. So I suggest you must draw the function diagram. It will help you to understand the inverse concept. Okay, so let's go for next question. The first three terms in the ascending order of this one we need to find. So what is the formula? Formula is 5C0, 2 brackets, then 5C1, 2 brackets, then 5C2, 2 brackets. Okay, and continue so on so forth. And here this one will come in first each bracket. You understand very well what I'm saying. And this 2x will come each second bracket. So I'm writing here 2x, 2x, 2x. And the first power will be the difference of these numbers will come up. So 5 minus 0, 5 minus 1, so 5 minus 2. And this number 0 goes directly on the top, 0, 1, 2, because this 2 comes directly. But make sure 1 to power something, 1 to power something, 1 to power something. If whenever 1 comes in the first stage, you can skip it. This working, you can skip it. You can skip it. Don't waste your time. It means directly you write 5C0 to 2 to power x power 0, 5C1 to x power 1. You can write this even for full marks, you get it. You will not lose marks. Anyway, 5C0 is 1. You can type in calculator. Is also 1. Something, okay. Something to power 0 is 1. 5C1 is 5. 1 to power anything is 1 into 2x. 5C2 is 10 into 1 into 4x to power 2. Make sure, so square of 2 separate, square of x separate. Some student in a hurry do a mistake. So I hope so this is clear. So 40x to power 2. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I hope so this part is very, very clear. Okay, so this part is clear. And let's go for next part. And next part is asking what finds the first 3 terms in expansion of this. No problem. Same approach, but now I'm saving my time. 4C0, negative 3x to power 0. 4C1, negative 3x to power 1. 4C2, minus 3x to power 2. You know very well why reason, because I said before, if you have 1 involved there, so 1 to power anything, 1 to power any, so answer become 1. So why waste our time? So 5C0, 4C0 is the 1, something to power 0 is 1. 4C1 is 4 into negative 3x. And similarly, 4C2 is 6 into negative 9, like positive 9x to power 2. Why positive, students? So power 2 of minus 3 will give you positive 9 and so on. Understood. 1 minus 12x and plus 54 x to power 2. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I hope so the point is very clear. Now look at here. If you concentrate that, he picked this value from here. And this he picked from here. So it means both values he is using. So he's saying coefficient of x square is my concern. So no problem. I can copy in the place of this, I'll copy this. In the place of this, I'll copy this. So let's see how we can copy. 1 plus 10x plus 40x to power 2 and times to 1 minus 12x and plus 54x to power 2. And I believe it's clear. Now I have 2 choices. This multiply, this multiply, this multiply, and then must multiply and multiply, and then this multiply. It's a waste of time only. You know, in this way, I get a 9 terms. But why waste of a time? Simple right here, terms involving x to power 2. So common sense, this 1 multiply with 1, I'm not getting x square. 1 multiply with 12x, I'm getting x. So this into this, I get x squared. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, 44x to power 2. Now this 10x into 1, I get 10x only. But x time to x give you x square, and this is my concern. So 10 times to 12, 120 x to power 2. Now this 40x multiply into 1 give you x square. So no need to multiply all these terms. So now if we check it, 54 positive, negative 120 and plus 40. So just coefficients, you just add and subtract, you get negative 26 x to power 2. But he said coefficient and coefficient of this what? So what is coefficient? Coefficient of x squared 2 is negative 26. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And I believe the concept is very clear. Now, question number 4. A large industrial water tank is such that the depth of water is x. So depth of water, I'm writing here, depth of water is x meters. And he says that we meter water in a tank is given by this formula. Okay, let me write volume 243 minus 1 over 3. There's a formula. We can measure the depth with a volume connection. So when the water is being pumped into the tank, constant rate 3.6 meters cubic per meter per hour, it means water will go whenever the rate comes. Rate, simple rate word in is it represents d over dt. Make sure. So change with respect to time. But he said that water pumped, water is called volume. Even you can units. You look, meter cube is a unit of water, and hour is unit for time. So I hope so clear. So I can you say that d volume by d time equal to 3.6 meter cube per hour. So this is given by him. But what he's asking us, rate of increase of depth. So depth is x, you know it very well. So rate of increase, rate again means du dt x. So this is our concern. And when that depth is 4, so when x is 4, find d. So this is a way we can find it. First of all, and you know it well, students, what is technique? We will use the chain rule. So I'm writing here by chain rule. So first I go show you the idea. What is the planning behind? This is my target to find it. I will write left hand side. Done. Write two fractions always. This come in first numerator. This go as second denominator. So here I'm writing dx. Here I'm writing dt. So which is the third variable involved in the question? You can see that volume involved. Because in the whole question, three verb involved. X, volume, and time. So three volume involved. Okay. When more than two variable involved, we always use chain rule formula. I hope so clear. So d volume come here. I show you d volume and d volume. You can see if I cut them, I get this back. I hope so the point is clear. But thing is this I have it, alhamdulillah. But this I don't have it, but I can find from here. So if I find it, I will plug in and get my answer. So d volume by dx, I will differentiate. How come? This comes up and this variable goes down. There's a rule. So 243 is constant and constant differential is 0. And this 3 comes down and multiply the 1 by 3. It's cancel out like this. If you don't want to show it, you want to see it. And power 1 less. And this 3 cancel out. Power become 1 less. And times towards student base differentiation. And base 9 has 0. 1 has x has become 1. So 0 minus 1. And this minus into minus give you positive. So short story, I get 9 minus x to power 2 is d volume by dx. Now I'm saying at x is equal to 4. I will plug in here. As I plug in here, so d volume by dx is a 25. How come? 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 squared is 25. I'm going to replace the values, but this is a x over v. This is a v over x. So it means if I flip it, 125 become 1 by 25. And this value comes from there, 3.6. And when I type in calculator, students, so 3.6 divided by 25, I am getting here answer 18 over 125. This is a value. If I write it here, this x stands for depth, so meter per hour. Per hour. You write this way, you write this way, no issue at all. So just sake of understanding, I'm writing this way. So this is a unit of the dx over dt. But you know what he's saying? No, give answer in centimeter per minute. So you know it very well. When I want to convert this one to centimeter per minute. So meter to centimeter when I convert it into 100. And hour to minute when I convert it into 60. And I believe you got my point. 18 125 into 160 division. Actually 60 multiplied down multiply for a whole thing, it looks like division. By the down part, it looks like multiplying. I hope so. The point is very, very clear. And my answer is finally coming here, a 6 by 25, or in decimal 0.24 centimeter per minute. And I believe you got a point very, very clear. Let's talk question number 5. Question number 5, we have a diagram. Let's read the question is what? Diagram shows a curve which has a maximum point is this. This is a maximum point. And the minimum point is 80. Sure. The curve has is result of applying a combination of two transmission on to a circle. Okay. It means there was one circle. Okay. And after applying transformation, two transmission, he mentioned here, two transmission. So it become this shape. So this transform this way. So we don't know which two transmission, but read it. The first transmission is a translation. You know it, the upper column is called X, down is called Y column, Y value, okay? It means, so first of all, this circle is translated 7, 3. So second transmission applied is a stretch vector parallel to Y-axis. So I hope so clear. And you know it, when it parallel to Y-axis, the X value will not change. For example, if this point will shift up, so Y value will change, but what is X value here? For example, X value is 3. So for this number, X value remains 3 cents, and this value go up. So I believe you got my point. So it means you can understand from here that its Y value will change, but X value will not change. So let's see how we can complete a question. But first of all, he's saying scale, raise the scale factor of stretch. Interesting part. One thing is very clear. Circle cannot be here. Why? Because if circle here, so it will go stretch upwards. So 100% and circle is not here. Wrong. So circle 100% is somewhere here. I don't know. Maybe here. Maybe here. Sorry. And one more thing. Circle diameter must be equal to this one. How you know, sir? You can ask me. Because you see that the points of circle is a stretch parallel to y-axis. So for example, circle is here. It can be here. It can be here. I am not sure about it. It can be here, but make sure it will stay in the boundary limits of this one. It will not go across. So it is very clear sense from here. So, so one point on the x-axis, 100% clear. You know what is the rule? Whenever we stretch that one, so we multiply with the stretch factor, whatever. So look at here. What I believe, this point, one circle point is must be on center. How? Sorry, on the x-axis. How I know? Because this point, you know, if a point on x-axis, so into some, because distance is 0, so is 0 into some number becomes 0. So this point is not shifting. So circle most probably is this. How I know? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I drag slightly below. Here. And now question comes in mind, why, sir? Reason, because this point, if this point will go even, maybe this line will go. So that is why. This point shift somewhere here. Okay. So it is very clear approach. So now check it. This point is shifting at this hill. So check it, how much this gap from the y-axis is 1, and how much this gap is 3. So it means, so 1 multiply into 3, it means it's shifting. So 1, and this, if I multiply into 3, I get this 3. So it means this, I can say that stretch vector is a 3. Okay, not even this. What about this point? Check. From the x-axis, it is 2 boxes, 2 values, 2. So 2 multiply what? Will this point is at 4 and shifting at 12. So common sense, 4 into what give you 12. So 4 3s are 12. You can sense that this point is shifting here. So 3 times shifting, because this is a 1 gap and shifted at 3. So it means that all values of the circle is shifting 3 up. So I think we can say the stretch vector SF is equals to 3. Uh, this is the clear. Let's talk about state the radius of the original circle. So radius is very clear. This is center of circle, and this is called radius. And 8 minus 6 W2. So 2 is a radius of circle. Okay, and let's talk about, is asking state the coordinates of the center of circle after the translation has been completed, but before stretch. Before stretch. So actually first he done translation. I just give you some idea. So 7 minus 3. Suppose it is a hair. Okay. So first it moves 7 this way and 3 moves downwards. Then he got this circle. This is a translation done. Okay. And then after that, it is a stretched. I think got my point. But he is not asking us this original circle. No, he's saying after translation, before enlargement, Read it. Did it? He said before, and look at it, before stretching. So not enlargement, stretching, sorry. So it means the center. What is center turned to be? X is 8, Y is 2. So Mabruk, center of circle is coming here 8, 2. This is called center of circle. So this part is also clear, and we discuss the state the coordinates of center of. Oh, sorry, this is a center, and what are you asking for? Yeah, exactly. State the coordinates of center of circle before this is done. Okay, and what the last part? State coordinates of center original circle. Okay, so means I have to go backwards, and let's see how we can find that one. So like okay, wait. Yes, exactly. I tell you one thing, like what was the original circle which shifted at this position? This is a very, very interesting. Okay, and I show you exactly. Look at here. I tell you, do it means I'm looking for the original circle. Actually, this is a translation 7 minus 3. Okay. So if I go backward from here, you can get it easily. Backward means minus 7 and 3. This is a one way. So you can add in this point, you can get it the original point. Or I have another technique. What is that? Matrix, sorry, I can say here translation plus object give you image. I repeat, when you apply translation on object, you get an image. It's a very, very clear. And so if, and this is a translation vector given by him, 7 minus 3. So object is the original one, original one. So if I bring this on the other end, so I minus T. What does I stand for? Image. And what does T stand for? Translation vector. And image coordinate, you know it very well. You know it, you wrote already here, 8, 2. So 8, 2. And translation, we got it here 7 minus 3. So 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3. If we solve it, so 8 minus 7 give you 1. And this is, I'm getting here 5. I hope so you got a point. And this he was asking us the coordinates. So what is the coordinates of center? So center originally is 1, 5. Actually, I just tell you another technique also. Because after translation, after translation, so this shifted and shifted. So if I go back like this, right and left, right and down, how I know right and down? 7 is right and negative 3 down. It means 7 and minus 3. If I want to go back from here to there, so I will go reverse. So this is this way and this way. Okay. And how we can this way? So it means I can say that I can see here that I'm going from 8, I'm going left side, how much? 7. So 7. If I from 8, if you subtract 7, you got a 1. And from this 2, because I have to y, what is the reverse? So this one, so plus. So it means in 2 plus 3, I got a 5. It means I have to 5 up. So it means 3 up. So it means 1, 5 is another way to get it, which I have done it. So you can see that we have done this another way. So both ways, I think, acceptable. And let's go for next question. Number 6. In this question, he given us alpha equal to cos inverse of that. If I bring a cos inverse back, it will look like this. Inverse will eliminate automatically. Okay. But he said use a trigonometric functions on your calculator and exact value of this we're looking for. But problem is that I have a cos only. So I have two techniques. I can make a triangle or I can solve a simple technique. What is the simple technique? Sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is simply 1. Okay, why write there? It is a part of question, so I should write here. Sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. If I plug in this cos value here and bring on the other side, I can say sine square alpha equal to 1 minus cos square alpha. Take root of the both sides. Sin alpha equal to root of 1 minus cos square alpha. And what is the cos square alpha? It is square of this value. So 1x square, I get what, students? I'm getting 1 minus 8 by 17 to power root. It means that if you type simply like this, so I'm getting the answer. What, students? After attempting, I'm getting the answer. I'm writing it here. Sin alpha is 15 over 17. Okay, so I got it sin alpha value, and you know it very, students, when I need a tan. Sin alpha I got it, but I need a tan also. What is tan alpha value, students? Tan alpha is equal to sin alpha over cos alpha. So not a hard job. Sin alpha is 15 over 17 and cos alpha is 8 by 17. And denominator can be cancelled like this. And I got 15 over 8. So it means tan alpha I'm getting here. Tan alpha I'm writing finally here. 15 over 8. Now I can go for, I would plug in this formula. 1 over sine plus 1 over tan. So 1 over sine plus 1 over 10. So 1 over sine is 15 over 17. And 1 tan means 15 by 8. But if for your knowledge, you can type in calculator or a basic property 3 by 2 whenever it comes, it flips the rule. So 17 will go up, 8 will go up. I'm teaching this because sometimes you can use it without calculator. So save our time. Now what to do? Take LCM. And LCM is what coming here? 15, 17 plus 8. So I hope so clear. And 25 divided by 15, I'm getting here 25 by 15. And answer is 5 over 3. And I believe you got idea very, very clear. Question number 7, he's saying here f dash. Dash stands for derivative. Derivative is given by him. Okay. Like whenever you differentiate, you get a dy over dx. Same way when you differentiate f of x, you get what, student? F dash of x. So if I want, this is differentiation, this is differentiation. If you want to go back, wait a minute. I think no need to go back. Yeah, simple. I thought it's integration. Next part, maybe integration. Oh yes, that is why I'm discussing here. If you want to go back for function, this is called function or curve equation, then I must integrate it. I must integrate it. I hope so clear. So part number B is using this criteria. Look at here. He is asking equation of curve. Given that curve, fx is called equation of curve. So then I need to integrate it because from f dash of x, I need fx, so I have to integrate. But now not like that. He's saying that tangent to the curve point as x is greater than this one. For your knowledge, gradient and derivative is exactly same. Or f dash of x. So first of all, I'm writing f dash of x here. No need to do any change. Is given by him. Now I'm saying here at x is equal to 8. What will put? We know the f dash of x is equals to minus 16 over 27. How come? Because gradient and derivative same, so I plug in derivative 160 by 27. So let's start plugging this value here and a value in the place of x, and this algebra becomes. So minus 16 over 27 is equals to minus 3 over x, not x, a plus 2 power 4. So job number 1 cross multiply. I get a plus 2 whole power 4 and minus 3 times 2, 27, and minus 16 coming under it. So I'm doing two jobs together. So in short, I get a plus 2, 2 power 4, sorry, not 4, not 2. So, so here, right hand side, I type my calculator. So it is coming 3 times 227 divided by 16. It is coming 81 over 16. Okay, now if I take a root of the both sides, students, what happened? I can do directly whenever, or you can do two steps even. If I take a root, for example, whenever power 4, I will take one time root. Okay, when I take one time root, I get x plus 2. Here power 2 becomes. Here I get a plus and minus root of 81 over 16. The short story, I get a plus 2 whole square, because first take root convert 4 into 2, like this. 4 into half, got a 2. Now here I got a plus and minus, 9 nines are 9 power 4. But you know it very well. If I split it, a plus 2 power 4 equal to negative, sorry, negative 9 over 4, or a plus 2 to power 4 equal to positive 9 over 4. So when I take a root of this side, and root of negative is no solution, no real solution, no real solution. So stop it here. But here when I take a root of this one, so I'll get a what here? The root of this one, so I get here power 2. Sorry, first power 2 is there, then why I write 4 here? Okay, sorry students, this is a 2. This is a 2, and this is a 2. So I hope so clear. So this is already 2. When I take a root of 2, it eliminates. Same story here. And I get what here, students? If I have a 2 here in this situation, and 1 minute, please. Okay. When I root of this one, I get a what? Plus and minus, and here 9 over 4. So I get ultimately a plus 2 equals to plus and minus 3 over 2. So a plus 2 equal to 3 by 2 positive, and a plus 2 equal to 3 by 2 negative. I write direct answer. Not direct, okay, it is clear. Minus half come from here. And what about this? So it is negative 3 over 2, and negative 2 give you negative 7 over 2. And these two are my final answers. Let's go for next question. And now he asking curve. This fx is called curve equation. Make sure whenever he asking curve equation, so we have only one solution, integrating. So first of all, I will write it f dash. And f dash is what we have here. Negative 3 over x plus 2. Negative 3 over x plus 2 to power, I think 4 power. 1 minute. 4 power. Now, I will integrate both sides. When I say integrating both sides, students, integrate both sides. So when left hand integrate, I will get f of x only, but right side, I get this kind of thing. When I can integrate this one, I will bring it up. Whole denominator, I will bring it up. Done. Now, what is next stage, students? Negative 3 as it is increase the power of this whole bracket. When increase, if you add 1 and minus 4, give you minus 3. And divide by minus 3 into the base differentiation. What is the two differentiation? 0, 1 is x become 1. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So no need to show, even show no problem at all. And this is negative 3 cancel out. And I get what f of x is equals to, bring the power down. I get x plus 2 to power 3 and plus c. And now I'll use this point for your knowledge. This is called x, and this is called y, or is called f of x. So no problem at all. So I'm going to plug in. I'm going to plug in x is equals to minus 1, sorry, and f of x whole big by 5. And I believe it's not a hard job for us. 5 equals to 1 over negative 1 plus 2 to power 3 plus c. And 5 equals to 1 plus c, and c becomes 4. Don't stop it here. Plug in back here in this equation. So f of x is equals to, this is my final answer, which I am going to write for you. And I believe this point is very clear. Now, let's go for the next question. Next question number 8 we have here. In this question, we have two identical circles. Okay, one center and one, sorry, this intersecting at AB, you can see clearly. And centers are mentioned PQ. Okay, and naturally, okay, he said that each radius 6. You can see 6, so this is R, and this is R. So throughout R. Okay, so and the second is also R. You can understand what I'm saying. So it means this. So we need to find perimeter of shaded part. So first of all, what I will do it, students, I will drop a perpendicular here. Okay, I get 90° here. And for your knowledge, from here to here is 5/3R. 5/3R total from P to Q. So my question, what is a P2? This is M's midpoint. What is P to M? So 5/3R divided by 2. Divide by 2 means it is coming with 3. You can check even calculator. 5/3 divided by 2, it will give you 5/6. So 5/6. So this PM and MQ both are 5/6. So I'm writing here 5/6. Or I believe you understood very well what I'm explaining up till now. Okay, students, let's start. But what is the method to find perimeter of shaded part in terms of R? So perimeter means this plus this. It means two outer boundaries add. Repeat, this plus this. So, you know, if I find one arc length into two, an interesting part I'm going to show you. Look at here. I'm going to show you. Okay, I show you blue color. This line, and this line. This is called a sector. And this is middle angle theta here total. And radius is R. So using this arc length, S is equal to R theta will give us the arc length. And then into 2, it will give out my answer. So I believe the whole point is very, very clear. And now I'm going to complete a question. But first of all, planning is done. Now I make a triangle. This is a 90°. This is a A. This is a M. And this is a P. This is a 5R/6. And this is R. And this is called theta angle. So first of all, my task to get theta. How to get theta, students? So adjacent by hypotenuse is called cos theta. So cos theta is equals to 5R/6 by R. So short story, as I said before, it will become 5R/6R cos theta, and R cancel out, and I got theta is equal to take cos inverse of 5/6. So when I take it, make sure students here, don't forget it, please. We have to convert our calculator in radian mode. And when I convert cos inverse 5/6, students, so I'm getting theta is equal to 0.5857, this angle. But I'm looking for not for this angle. I'm looking for this full angle. And I've given this name as a alpha. So alpha is equal to what? 2 times 2 theta. And I believe you got the idea. So 2 times 2 theta. So alpha is becoming into 2. I get 1.17. 1.1714. I wrote 4 dp. You can take 3 dp, even not decimal places, no issue at all. Okay, but this question make more accurate. So I hope so. Up till here, we are not getting any issue. And radius is R. And what is a arc length formula, students? So what is the perimeter of the shaded part? Perimeter of shaded part. Shaded area or what? Shaded region. So shaded part or region, same thing. So it means S is equal to, formula S equal to R theta. So R theta multiply into 2 is very, very clear approach. R is R, but theta is this. So R times 2, 1.1714 and times 2, 2. So when I check it, 1.1714 into 2, and I'm getting the answer is here 2.3428. But now I'm writing 3s. So this is my answer for the first part. And I believe you got the idea very well. Part number, next area of the shaded region. Area. Where is area, students? Area is in the middle part. This is called area. Okay, then what? What is method? I tell you, students. I will make a break. Look at this line. If I ask you, this is a straight line, and this is arc, and how to get this area, students? This area is not hard. And for your knowledge, this area and this black area, they are both are equals to each other. So if I find the blue area into 2, I get a both area. Now question comes in your mind, how to get this area? How to get blue area? So from this full sector minus triangle. Sector is a full, you can see students, full sector, and triangle is this one. So I think planning is so simple, and sector minus triangle is my target. I hope so. I'm eliminating this whole thing and get ready for it. So it means I'm going to make a diagram here, just take for understanding. So it means a sector. Okay. And this part. Okay. And this part I'm looking for. Okay, students. R remain R, but this angle become what? This angle I have 1.174, 1.174, 1.1714, sorry. So I have it, this all things, and how to get this shaded area. So plan is so simple. So shaded area of the whole thing. But here I say segment area. I will not say shaded area. Segment area. For your knowledge, this is called segment area. Segment area. So plan is what? From sector, subtract triangle. Sector formula half r square theta. Triangle formula half into one radius into second radius, a into b into sine theta, which is the middle angle. Sorry, I'm not writing this theta, I'm writing alpha here. Why? The reason is very clear, because I given that name as alpha. So I'm just going to plug in half r square alpha is 1.17714, and half atom to r giving r square once again. And sine alpha, alpha is 1.1714. So I'm getting it now, first of all, using calculator. Can I take half square common out? Look at it. Common. Yes, I can, or take r square common out. Inside I get what here? Or I can take a half also, no problem. Inside 1.1714 and minus sine of 1.1714. And I believe is very clear. Okay. So when I'm typing in calculator 1.1714 minus sine of 1.1714, it is giving me inside that this is 0.2501. But this is the area of this part only. This part only. But how to get this full area into 2? So this area I'm writing now here. So shaded area. Shaded area. So the whole thing into 2. 0.250. This 2 will cancel out. And my answer is 0.25 r to power 2. This is my final answer. You write the 0, you don't write 0, no issue at all, because this is 3SF. Question number 9. The first term of geometric progression is 216. So I'm writing 216, but GP. And fourth term is 64. So T4 is 64. Because T4, so I'm writing for geometric formula A, R to power n minus 1. I'm replacing every n by 4. Why 4? Because he given us 4. So I'm getting T4 is equals to A value is 216. So I'm replacing here. And R I don't know. And 4 minus 1. But T4 is here 64. So I'm writing here 64. I'm writing here 216 and writing here R2 power 3. So 64 over 216 and equal to R2 power 3. And when I take a cube root of this 2 of the whole thing, so I get what here? Wait a minute, cube root of 64 by 216. I'm getting the R value sharp 2 by 3. So R value, I have it. But what a question he asking, sum infinity. So I'm finding sum infinity here. The sum infinity formula is what? A over 1 minus R. So sum infinity, what is A? First term is a 216 we have already, and 1 minus 2 by 3. So if I solve it, what answer is that to be? So 216 into 3, so 648. Reason you can type in calculator, you can understand, take LCM and divide by 26, you can understand easily. This is my final answer. Now let's go for next, but make sure this, okay. The second term of GP, it did not say this another GP. Okay, students, it's the same GP. So same GP means is the first term we got it before is what, and R I got before. Let me check. Let me check. A is 216 and R is 2 by 3. Don't forget these values. 216 and 2 by 3. Okay. So this is given. And now what let read statement, students. What a statement is, second term of geometric progression is equals to second term of GP, AP, sorry. Before I start, first term is A, second term how to get into R. I got AR. Third term how to get into R, AR square. Next term how to get into R. I hope so you got my point. So what is a first term in AP? A. What is second term? Plus D. I got A plus D. Or to get third term, again plus D, A plus 2D. Or to get fourth term, again plus D, so A plus 3D. Now, because we're looking for the second term of second term. So second term is very clear, students. Second term is this of GP and second term this is of AP. So I can say that, I can say here, T2 in GP equal to T2 in AP. So I'm writing, and second term in GP is this and AP is this. So put them equals to each other. So AR equals to A plus D. And I believe it is very, very clear. I can plug in AR value from here in the question. So inshallah get easily. A is 216 into 2 by 3 and minus 216 equal to D. How come this A goes this way and A value is given here? So just matter of typing in calculator, I will get my D value. So 216 into 2 by 3 minus 216. So I'm getting here negative 72. Let me recheck again. So A value, I think correct. Uh, A value, AR, second term, is it okay or not okay? What I'm writing here, I think this is okay. And I think, oh, sorry. You know what is mistake? This is a first term of AP, which is this cannot be this A. This A can be this A because GP, I hope so, got a point. And this is by mistake, which that is why we're getting wrong answer. So wrong approach. I assume some concept is there, problem is disturbing. Anyway, AR, I use both here. So A is 216, AR is 2 by 3. But this A and D, I will keep as it is. So 216 into 2 over 3, answer is 144. So 144 equal to A plus D, equation 1 ready. So I use the first equation only up till now. Now I'm using the lower third term of GP. So I'm writing here T3 in GP is equals to fifth term of AP. So fifth term in AP. So I hope so clear. How to find third term of GP is again GP first term, second term, third term. So A R2 power 3. How to get fifth term of AP? So I think formula is very clear. If I have a second term, I have single D, third term 2D, fourth term 3D, always one number less. So I can apply this one. So I can say A plus 4D. And I believe nothing hard here, but this values, we can use it here. Okay. So A is 216 into 2 by 3 times to power 3. And A plus 4D remains as it is. So students, 216 times 2, 2 divided by 3 to power 3. I get 64. So I get 64. So 64 equal to A plus 4D. Equation number 2 is also gained. Now solve them simultaneously. So 144 is equals to A plus D and 64 equals to A plus 4D. And this is cancel out and I get here 80. Sorry, 1 minute. I get 80 here and I got a 5D. So by 80 by 5, I got a 16. So D value is 16. Uh, oh, yeah, I must change a sign. You know it very well. Otherwise, I can't cancel. In this sense, I think so, all okay, but except this sign is coming negative. So if I divide there, so I get a 16, but negative coming 16. So this is done. Now I'll go for the other one, put this D value here or here. I think put in one is better. So 144 equals to 144 equals to A value and D value is minus 16. So 16 goes there, it will add. So 144 and plus 16. Yeah, it's coming 160. So alhamdulillah, clear. So question number 10. What a question number 10. First of all, he given us a circle, and I can see a line. See, he says that they are intersecting at A and B, and he asking a coordinate. So point of intersection. Point means I will solve them simultaneously. How come? This is y value. I will plug in here. So get ready. X to power 2 plus y to power 2 equals to 2. X to power 2 as it is into y to power 2 plus, sorry, not plus, equal to 2. But this y value, I will pick from top. So this 2x minus 1, I'm copying in the bracket. 2x minus 1. Okay. Now, students, I will solve it. This is copy. Here, first term square, negative 2 into 2x into 1 plus 1 to power 2. If you don't like squaring identity, you can do directly, even say writing 2 to multiply. So 2 ones are 2, 2 to the 4, 4x, and plus 1 minus 2 equal to 0. So 5x to power 2 minus 4x and minus 1 equal to 0. And I think so it is working. 1 minute, please. Mm, 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 mm. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yeah, it is correct. 2x minus 1. I'm replacing. Okay, this is correct. And equals to 2. 2 comes this side. It is a 1. Okay, anyway. So let's see now what happens. Wait a minute, wait a minute. X squared plus y is 2. And I replace here 2x minus 1 equals to 2. Okay, all correct. First term square negative 2 into first term second term plus second term square. I got 4, I got a 4x and plus 1 minus 2. And okay. It is correct, okay. I thought some mistake. Anyway, no problem. And now 5x to power 2, 5 ones are 5. And factorization I'm doing minus 5x plus 1x minus 1 equals 0. 5x common, I got x minus 1. Plus 1 common, I got x minus 1. It means we're doing correct. So x minus 1 and 5x plus 1 equals to 0. So I get it x is equal to 1 and x is equal to minus 1 over 5. But you know, look at here, students, it is meeting at right side. So here x must be positive, no negative chances. So there's a negative, there's a note is for B, this is for B coordinate actually, this is for B coordinate, and this is for A coordinate. But I need a Y also. So I will plug in this x here because that x value. So 2 was a 2 minus 1 is 1. So it means here x is 1 by 1. So let's start. So Y value is also 1. So A coordinate become 1 comma 1. And I believe is nothing I think hard here till now. Let's go for next question. He's saying find the volume of the rotation. Okay, the shear region rotation is about x-axis. Okay, and give answer in this form. So it means shaded area rotate. So where's shaded area? Okay, this shaded area. Okay, shaded area is very clear. So this shaded area I'm looking for. So how to get shaded area? Above is a curve. Okay, and below x-axis. So, and what limits we can use it? The limits we use is what is the d coordinates? What is x coordinate? Students, 1, 1. So it means if here x is 1, so here x1, here x1, here, so here x1. So d at d x value is 1. But for your knowledge, this is a very clear circle equation: x square plus y square equals to root 2 square. Why like this? Because formula is x square plus y square equal to r square. We need a square here, that is y. And what is inside is called radius. So radius is root 2. So this is root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, and root 2. So I can say here, this gap is root 2 from here till here. So this coordinate is coming root 2. And here x value is 1. So lower limit is 1, upper limit is root 2 if I integrate this part. But this part is what? Equation of circle. But I have to make it, whenever we integrate, we have to make a y subject. So how to make y subject, student? Have a look. I can say here, okay, I'm writing next page. X square plus y square is equal to 2. I make it y square subject. So I got 2 minus x square subject. So now volume formula is what, students? Basically formula pi outside. X1, x2, y2 power 2 dx. This is a basic formula. So if I plug in, students, pi as it is, lower limit, upper limit. And for your knowledge, lower limit is 1, upper limit is root 2. and y2 power 2 is this only, I plug it. So I'm writing it here, students, 2 minus x squared. So 2 minus x squared dx. So I believe up till here, no confusion at all. And what is rule of integration? All of you know it, 2 become 2x and x squared become increase of power by 1 divided by same, limit 1 to root 2. So I hope so. Up till here, not a big trouble. Replace every x by root 2. So 2 root 2 minus root 2 to power 3 over 3, upper limit done. Now replace every x by 1. I got 2 minus 1 over 3. Reason, because 1 into 2 is 2, and 1 to any power is 1. So no need to change. So I hope so up till here, not a big confusion. After this, for your knowledge, root 2 to power 1 is root 2. Root 2 to power 2, square root cancel out, we get 2. Root 2 to power 3, I can write root 2 to power 2 alone into root 2 alone, because this power add, you got a 3. But this we just done 2. So it means I got 2 root 2. So make sure whenever cube is there on the top, so answer is 2 root 2. And I believe is okay. So 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2 by 3. Upper limit done. And what is the lower? 3 to the 6 minus 1, 5 by 3. So minus 5 over 3. I think up till here, okay. Take LCM. Take LCM. LCM is very clear, 3 LCM. If 3 LCM comes here. So first take LCM inside. Inside means 3 will multiply 6. So I get a 6 root 2 minus 2 root 2 and minus 5, because I think clear. All right. So 6 root 2 minus we got a 4 root 2. 4 root 2. And wait a minute. Yeah. 4 root 2. And pi is still outside. Make sure. So 4 root 2 and pi. And 1 minute, please. Let me check. I think that 5 I missed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 4 root 2 by 3 and minus, but 3 is the whole thing. Okay. 3 is a whole thing. So I'm writing the upper part only. 4 root 2 minus 5. And outside pi is already there. And this 3 comes out as a denominator. So this is my final answer. I hope so. The rule concept is clear. We have to convert in this form, in which we have done it. So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay. He's asking find exact for parameter of shear region. Again, parameter of shear region. Parameter of shear region. Parameter. Parameters, what parameter, students? I think this is a part of circle. If I meet with that, okay, if I join here, I get a sector. You can see, and sector, how to get this is S is equal R theta. S is equal R theta. And for your knowledge, what is this graph? Is root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2. So root is when radius is a root 2. So radius is clear. And for that reason, to get the, because my target is what students here, find out exact expression for the perimeter of shear region. So let me make a diagram here on this page. Actually, we have a sector. I show you a sector. Inshallah, I believe you will understand. Okay. So this is arc, and this is this one. And if I make it a black color, this, and this is called perimeter. And this is a radius, which is a root 2. This is a, you can say that, what's the D is a 1. So this is a 1 gap. This gap is 1. Okay. This gap is 1 from here till here. And this gap is root 2 from here till here. So what is a perimeter, students? So perimeter of shear region, which is very clear. Recheck. Yeah. So it means, okay, let me letter writing, please. Letter. Top is A. Here I don't know. Here D. I can write this letter as a C. A, C, D. A, C, D. A, C. So what is the perimeter? A to C arc length, C to D straight length, and D to A again straight length. So this, and this. So what is arc length formula? S is equal to R theta. But I need theta. So I'll find theta. So it adjacent by hypotenuse cos theta. Theta is equal to cos inverse 1 over root 2. And this giving us pi by 4, because it's I'm doing sector concept. So I will convert into radians. So cos inverse 1 divided by root 2. It is giving me pi by 4. So what is the arc length formula? S R theta. S equal R theta. The radius is root 2, theta is pi by 4. So root 2 times 2, pi by 4. And I believe it is very, very clear. So this is clear. So now plus. Plus is asking this DC length. Because look at here, students. What is this root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2? So what is this gap? This one. So it is root 2 minus 1. So I think clear. So it means I'm writing here root 2 minus 1. And what is a DA? I don't have that length even. Wait a minute. Let me see diagram. Maybe diagram. Yeah, we have it. We have it. How we have it? Because this one shows that this is 1, this is 1. So this gap is 1. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So I got it. So I'm writing here 1. So root 2 pi by 4 plus root 2 minus 1 plus 1, they cancel out. And I think up till here clear. Now, now what is the, we can say here, we can, yeah, further, I think this is the answer we have. You can take LCM even, or you can leave it, or root 2 common out. So pi by 4 plus 1. This is a perimeter. Okay. So you can write in many forms. Okay, I hope so. The point is very clear. Question number next. The coordinates of ABC given by him. Okay. And I will try my best to make this diagram close to accurate. Okay. And have a look here. This point is not clear. AB are both are clear. This is a fourth quadrant here. First quadrant. If you're not confident, okay, I'm going to show you. So have a look here, students, how we can make it. So I'm going to show you 5, 2. So 5 and 2. So it means 5 is x positive. So 5 somewhere here. Okay. And 2 is somewhere down. So I have here 5, here 10. So 5, 2 is somewhere here. So this is a coordinate. I'm writing a coordinate 5, 2. Wait a minute. Let me write again. And what is the B coordinate? 10, 3, 10, 3. This is a 5, this is a 10. So 10, 3, somewhere here. So B is a 10, 3. Okay. And C is I don't know. No problem at all. And I'm joining them straight like that. Okay. What a question he's asking, first of all. AC and BC are equal in length. Find P. AC and BC. It means the length of AC and length of BC are equal to each other. So let's apply. Okay, I'm applying. So this is formula, you know it, students. So AC, A is here, C is here. So I'm taking here. This is x2, y2, this x1, y1. So let's start. Y2 minus y1, p plus 2 whole square, and x2 minus x1, so 2p plus 5 whole square. Same approach. This p minus 3, so I can say p minus 3 whole square, and 2p minus 10 whole square. So squaring both sides, students, so top root will finish automatically. This, so this, I hope so you are not getting any big trouble. Now expand it. I'm saving my time. First term square plus 2 into first term, second term, 2 into 2, 4 into p, 4p. So 4p and plus second term square. Now this I'm doing shortcuts. What is the first term square, students? It becomes 4p to power 2 and negative, and 2 into 5 into, look, I'm showing you 2 into 2p into 5. 4 5s are 20. So 20p. Okay. And this 5 square give you what? 25. Wait a minute, student. This I need to write a little below because it will go along. Anyway, equals to p to power 2 negative 6p plus 9 plus 4p to power 2 negative 40p and plus 100. So now, students, 4p square cancel, p square cancel. So I hope so clear. So, and we can say here this negative 20 and plus 4 giving us negative 16p. 25 plus 4 giving us 29, and negative 6 and negative 46p, and 900 I got 109. Okay, now I'm simplifying. So this 46 comes this way, this goes other way. Out of 46 subtract 16, I get it 30p. Out of 109 subtract 20, I get 80, and p value becomes 8/3. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. I hope so. The point is very, very clear. This point, it is given that instead AC is perpendicular to BC. He's saying the story change. AC is perpendicular to BC. Okay. AC is perpendicular to BC. Where is C? So C can be anywhere. AC is perpendicular to BC. AC perpendicular to BC. Check it. It is true or not? AC, BC, and in the middle, 90 degrees. Correct. I can make it here or I can make it up even. No problem at all. How come? This way. this way. Here 90 degree. Yes, C. Check again. It is AC and BC are perpendicular. Yes, I think point is very clear. So this part is very clear. I have two ways. I can take up or down, no problem at all, because I'm not confirmed with the P with the C coordinates. So he's saying find this. So naturally, you know what is rule we have it. Whenever perpendicular criteria is there, so two gradients product equals to -1 if they are perpendicular, if lines are perpendicular. So I can say AC product and BCB product, gradient product equal to -1. So I'm going to find AC gradient and going to find CB gradient, both gradients. And I think so C points is 2P, 2P and P. So let's start. I'm finding both gradients. So gradient of AC. So let's start. Y2 minus Y1 over x2 minus x1. Clear. Gradient of BC. So I can start y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. Now, according to situation, both gradients product equals to -1. So I'm going to multiply. In 1 minute, please, just confirm. Yeah, one mistake is there. This is a -2. I repeat, this is not 2. This is -2. So this is -2. That is why I made it first. Okay, I saw the recording from there. Anyway, now is okay. So this become P plus 2. And I think so, correct, okay? I hope so, okay. Now, gradients product equals to -1. So this P plus 2 over 2P minus 5 and P minus 3 over 2P minus 10 equals to -1. So I'm going to simplify. This multiply up, this multiply down. So it tends to be P into P, P into 3, this and this. So I'm going to multiply. I get P to power 2 minus 3P plus 2P minus 6. And same approach. What is down here? 4P to power 2y, multiply, 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 and multiply. So be careful, this 4 product. Minus 20P, minus 10P, plus 50. So P squared minus P minus 6, and the whole thing goes multiplied there. But first of all, I'm writing in bracket, chances of mistake. Okay, so P to power 2 minus P minus 6 equals to minus 4P to power 2 plus 3P and minus 50. Now this comes this side, it will become 5P to power 2. This will come this side, become minus 4P. This become this side, so become positive 44. I think up till here clear. Oh, sorry, this is 30. 30, sorry, 30. If not visible, 30P. So it's a 30P. So 30P. And 30 comes on this side. So it becomes what, students? It becomes 31P. So this small mistake going to happen. Anyway, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, this is clear. Now I have two choices, either apply quadratic formula or factorization. Big numbers are there, so I'm avoiding. I'm writing directly quadratic formula. -P. And please make a habit of writing these values. A is 5, B is minus 31, and C is 44. So I hope so. The point is very clear, and I'm going to do it. So -B, this working, you have to show it. Minus 4 times 2A. And next step, you can skip and give direct answers. So I'm typing in my calculator, and my first answer is coming 4. Second answer is coming 11 over 5. Okay, so let's see which is a correct. Okay, And because he said that this to find a possible value, not values. So one value is there. So we are not sure, but one thing is very clear. Mm, which one is a correct answer? P4 and P11 over 5. P4 and 11 over 5. P4. Okay, check it here. How we know? Because I think maybe he mentioned here. Yeah, integer. See, integer. P is integer. So this is not integer, right? So non-integer. So this is my final answer. Last part. But for this circle, find equation of circle which passes through ABC. Okay, all 3 points lie in circle. Give answer in this form. So circle equation I'm looking for. What I want to discuss one thing. That is a very basic criteria we have. Whenever all 3 points lie on a circle, and one point I want to discuss very important with you, that this is a diameter O, and this is whenever a point is okay. I should draw the same way the way I done the top. Okay, I'm going to do the same way. Or first I make a line this way. No, it's not a good line. Okay, this is a diagram. I just made it. You can see this. You see, if I make a circle like that, you can see. Okay, so it's circle like this. So this same circles I made it here. So C, and what is other points are there? A, B, C. Okay, here A, here B, here C. Okay, and A coordinates is 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2. And B coordinates are 10, 3. X is 10, Y 3. C coordinate, no need. And for your knowledge, this is a 90-degree. I want to share one thing we done in O levels mathematics, very important property. Whenever we have a diameter and a point meet there here, a corner of diameters, whenever meet, so this angle always 90-degree, and this will behave as a diameter. Make sure. Even a point is not there, point is below, suppose here, joining end of the corner of diameters. See, and so this is the angle again 90-degree. So this is again diameter. So make sure. So it means I can say that as AB, sorry, as ACB, angle ACB equals to 90-degree, right? So AB is diameter. There's a rule. There's a confirmed rule. If it is diameter, so I can, this is a midpoint. So I can find the center. So midpoint, I am using do now, midpoint criteria. Midpoint formula, all of you know, x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y plus y2 divided by 2. And this is x1, this is x2. So 5 plus 10 divided by 2, I get 15 by 2. So I hope so up till here clear. What is y? Y1 is 3 and y2 is minus 2. So 3 plus minus 2, I'm getting here half. So center of circle is coming 15 by 2 and half. So alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So this is a no confusion here. Alhamdulillah. So center is very clear. And now I'm looking for radius. And you know it well, students, find distance of AB divided by 2, or find distance of OB, or find distance of OA. No problem. I'm going to find OB. So let's start. Or I can find AB distance divided by 2, because this fraction is coming, which is creating trouble for us. So radius is what? So half of the distance formula of it. So let's start. Y2 minus y1 whole square, x2 minus x1 whole square. Okay, I'm typing my calculator. In my calculator is, so 5 square 25 and plus 25. Yes, again it's from 5 root 2, and 5 root 2 by 2 is the radius. So it is coming radius. And now what is center of circle equation? Equation of circle is, if you remember, x minus a whole square, y minus b whole square equal to radius square. And this is called center of circle, this number and this number, center of circle. So this is the negative sign are fixed. These points, letters are, these negative signs are fixed, no change there. And what is this called? Radius. So I'm going to plug in. Center is 15 by 2.5. 15 by 2.5. So x minus 15 over 2, y minus half, clear. Let me check. Correct. And radius square. So this is the radius. So 5 root 2 over 2. 5 root 2 over 2. If I expand it, I will get my answer. So what is the basic criteria? First term square, 2 into first term. I have another way even, but I think so this is convenient for you. And here again, y, no, first term square, negative 2 into first term into second term, and plus second term square equals to what? Equals to square of the both. It becomes 25 into 2 over 4. How come? Because square of root will cancel 2 and square of 2 become 4. I think idea is clear. So this become cancellation 25 over 2 comes. So I think is clear. X to power 2, this 2 to cancel, this 2 to cancel. And I'm getting here minus 15x and minus 2 to 5 over 4 plus y squared minus 5 plus 1 over 4 equals to 25 over 2. Because what is demanded form? Demanded form is this, all value left hand side. And he said, okay. So I'm writing final form, x square and minus 50 and plus y square minus 15x and minus y, and this number, and this number. I will solve together. So 2 to 5 by 4 plus 1 by 4 and minus 25 by 2. I get plus 44. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I believe the point is very, very clear. If you want a shortcut technique, we have a shortcut technique. I will teach you that even. And what is shortcut technique? Whenever you deal, when you have given here center, and this is called a general form. So when you plug in a general form, so just change signs with that. Okay, sign change with. But I think so. Okay, I think this is convenient for you. I have a way, but I think this is more confusing. So this is better. I hope so. The question is completely finished and paper is also finished. And I hope so you understood the concept. So see you inshallah in next paper. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.